Good day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Radiant Echoes pre-patch event that has come to World of Warcraft and basically discuss absolutely everything you need to know about the event to maximize it and enjoy it to the fullest. So let's talk about accessing the event. The event is accessible to any character that is level 10, providing your characters with pretty much a new way to level if wanted, but it's not advised. Any character that gets level 10 can access the event, but the easiest way to access the event is through Dalaran and Legion. Now, how the event works is the event will cycle through 3 regions. So, Dustwallow Marsh, into Searing Gorge, into Dragonblight. If the event, for example, shows on the map in Dragonblight, you know that the next location is Searing Gorge. If it shows in Searing Gorge, the next location is Dustwallow Marsh. You'll see that each area has a portal to Dalaran, and that's why I say it's the easiest way to access all of these regions. We'll talk about that now, but the event currently cycles on a 90-minute timer. So every 90 minutes the event will start again. Once the event has been completed, you will have to wait until the event starts again to be able to access the main rewards. So if you miss out on the event as it starts, you will have to wait until the next timer reset. This will drop every week, going from 90 minutes to 60 minutes and then the week after to 30 minutes. The easiest way to access the event is to go through Azuna. If you have not done the Legion questline and do not have a Dalaran Hearthstone, teleport to Azuna from your home city in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and basically, once you're there, fly to Dalaran, and then when you're there, you can go to the time chamber that is underneath Dalaran and access the portals there. Now, of course, I do suggest you start the Legion questline, as it will enable you to have a Hearthstone, but you can also set yourself to Hearthstone to the inn here, and it should achieve the same thing. Once you are in the underground time chamber, you will have the ability to go through any portal to the 3 locations, Dustwallow Marsh, Searing Gorge, or the Dragonblight zone. The portal will glow slightly yellow, and once you get there, there will also be a timer that will count down to the very next time that you can access the event. There's also a vendor here that you are able to spend your residual memories with. Now, residual memories are the currency that you'll mainly be earning through this event and are the main reason, or one of the main reasons, for you to run this event specifically. We'll talk about the event, but it's very important that when you do enter the event, you enter it as the timer expires, as if you don't, then you won't have access to the major rewards and the main event component. So make sure you are there as the timer goes off. If you miss it, unfortunately right now, chances are you only have about 5 minutes to get there, because that's usually how long it takes. Now, once you are in there, please accept your weekly quest. Each region has a weekly quest. So Dustwallow, Searing Gorge, and Dragonblight all have their own weekly quest that offers the same rewards: 1.5k residual memories, Dragon Crests, and Flight Stones, which will help you to upgrade your gear and also purchase items. These NPCs also act as vendors, but you don't have to worry about them, as the main hub NPC in Dalaran sells everything they sell. Now, phase 1 is against Congealed Memories. These are kind of a spongy little elite boss enemy that you basically need to take out to start phase 2. You will get residual memories throughout the course of this event from tackling bosses, elites, NPCs, and completing objectives. So anything you do in the event will earn you residual memories. Residual memories are the main currency, but you can also pick up essences in each and every single zone. These will be useful for the Heirloom ring that you are able to make in the event. So these essences will also pop up on your screen every time you complete an event. In phase 2, you will have World Quest style events that become available. There are 6 of them per region every time you defeat the boss, and as you complete them, they will tick off at the top of your screen. Once you've completed all of them, the boss for the region will appear. Now, completing each zone, or each objective in each zone, does net you residual memories, whether that's from defeating the enemies or from completing the objectives. So try to participate as much as possible. This will change how much residual memories you earn per run, but roughly each event will earn you between 800 to 1,200 residual memories, not including the weekly quest, because that's dependent on how much you engage, how many other players are playing. But yeah, that's basically it. Fly from each event and complete as much as possible, as of course you want to benefit the most from it. Like I said, you will pick up essences as you go along the way. You will see these pop up on your screen. You get 3 types: Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, and Dragonblight. You will need 20 of each for the Heirloom Ring. Once Phase 2 is complete, you will then return to where you fought the Concealed Memory in Phase 1, and here you will face a boss: Onyxia in Dustwater Marsh, Ragnaros in Siren Gorge, or the Lich King in Dragonblight. When you defeat that boss, you will get a 480 piece of gear, guaranteed, and a bunch of residual memories, which is pretty cool. The first time you defeat a boss, you will also obtain a 493 chest that will contain a 493 piece of gear. So that's pretty cool. That will only be for your first time defeating a boss, for the week, and for the first boss. So it doesn't matter which of the 3 you do. Whichever one you do first will drop that piece of gear per ult. Once the event's complete, you have to wait for it to reset in the next area, but you can continue to defeat enemies by the Concealed Memory events if you want to, and they will give you residual memories. Right now, this is not the most effective way of gaining residual memories, and you're better off just completing the weeklies and the actual event on each character, and then switching to ults. You will get a lot of residual memories really, really quickly this way, so don't panic too much. Now, of course, the rewards are the main appeal. So there's a couple ways to get rewards. Firstly, handing in your weekly quest gives you a huge chunk of rewards right now, especially with how limited the event is, being only once every hour and a half. Completing this on each character in each zone gives you 4,500 residual memories, and completing those events themselves will give you around 3,000, which is pretty cool. The gear itself that you can buy from the event and the gear you pick up from the event is all warband gear, which is awesome. This means you can put it in your warband and transfer it to any other character on your account. Two-handed weapons and ranged weapons cost around 8,000, scaling downwards with pants, helms, chests being 5,000, one-handed agility weapons 4,000, belts, gloves, boots 3.5, offhand frills and shields 3, necks, rings, trinkets, cloaks 2. There are also other rewards, which we'll talk a little bit more about in detail a bit later on, but there's bags, there's other great things to buy, so there's lots to purchase. And because it's all warbound, it's a great way that even if you're gearing up 2 or 3 characters through the event drops themselves, you can spend excess residual memories after buying the mounts and main rewards on securing yourself some good account-wide gear that you can share. This gear scales to 502 and will be good until around halfway through the next expansion, so it's a great incentive to farm. Now let's talk about getting the Heirloom Ring. So you will need to buy the Lifeless Ring from a vendor for 25 of the residual memories, and then you will need to collect 20 of the memories each from each area. So 20 Kalimdor, 20 Eastern Kingdom, and 20 Dragonblight. Once you have that, you can right-click them to turn them into an essence. When you have all 3 essences, you can convert them into your ring, which is pretty cool. You can also transfer these between your ults, as the memories are all warbank transferable. So if you pick up a whole bunch on your ults while attending the event, you will very quickly still be able to do it, which is pretty cool. So what must you focus on? Well, obviously start with the battle pets and the mount. The mount is 20,000 residual memories, and there's 1 per faction. So a Griffin for the Alliance and a Windrunner for the Horde. There are 3 battle pets, being 10,000 each, and from there you can pretty much buy what you want. I would suggest the gear, but the bags are also useful and limited run in terms of style if you're interested in that. But I don't think that's too much of an issue. On top of that as well, there is also the Feat of Strength. This Feat of Strength is something that players should very easily be able to get. It requires you to simply beat each boss once, and it is also warband accountable. So defeating a boss on one of your warband members will count for every single one. Feats of Strength don't count as achievements, but they are still cool to have on an account and add to the legacy of your characters. And it shouldn't be too hard, as you probably want to defeat each boss anyway, because you'll want to complete the weekly quests to obviously obtain as much rewards as possible. So highly suggest you do that. Now, just a tip before we talk about actual tips and tricks, but the warband is a great feature that you are able to use to maximize your playthrough of this event. Firstly, you can transfer your residual memories without any penalty, and this will help you in terms of collecting. Say you complete all the quests on an alt, or you farm up a huge amount there, and you farm up on your main, and you want to combine the two to transfer for a mount. You can do this, so it's pretty cool. Next, of course, there's also the war bank. So maybe you transfer your currency and buy a whole bunch of gear, or you pick up a whole bunch of gear. You can place it in your war bank. All the gear is warband until equipped. So until you equip it, you can stick it in your war bank and keep it for other characters, whether that's other characters you plan to use during the event, a future alt, or characters that are in Pandaria Remix. You can transfer the gear there to give to them when they exit that event. And as I mentioned, the essences are also war bank transferable, so it's a great way to complete your ring super quickly. One of the tips I can give you is to check your toy box for a Dalaran Hearthstone from completing or starting the Legion questline. This will just make getting to Dalaran a lot easier. In terms of the actual event, the only suggestions and tips that I can really give you are basically that you want to start with doing the events on your characters to complete the weekly quest. So it's more effective to run the weekly quest and complete it on each character than it is to just simply spam run all of the events. On top of that as well, the event is not as effective as Mr. Pandaria Remix for leveling. However, if you're not someone who's interested in Mr. Pandaria Remix, the event is pretty decent for leveling, and you can run it on an alt to still collect gear and residual memories. Aside from that, there's not really too much more to focus on. Everything is pretty straightforward, and just remember to keep transferring things across your warband to benefit yourself in terms of collection. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any queries, please let me know down below, or any comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.